everyone, I'm Natasha, and today I'm going to be showing you an interview that I did with Pierce Brown all the way back in January. It was raining, we were talking about Iron Gold. Yeah, it just kind of took forever to edit it, but I'm gonna see him tomorrow, so it has to go up today. Hello everyone, I'm here today with author Pierce Brown and his new book, Iron Gold.
Yeah.
You can speak.
Oh yeah, I didn't know. She had this preamble going.
You've done this so many times before.
Your groove was so good.
Oh,
I didn't want to interrupt.
Thank you.
You're a real professional. I've only had practice through you guys.
So,
do I have to keep holding this?
You don't have to.
Okay.
We'll put it down.
Let's put it right here.
That's too much work for you.
It just seems a little self-congratulatory. My arms are weak. I have like T-Rex arms.
This is a continuation of our first interview, which we did 2 years ago. If you guys haven't seen that, go watch that. We're not gonna, talk about writing process and like Pierce's favorite TV show.
Battlestar Galactica, still.
Yes.
And Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
There we go.
But seasons 1 through 5, not the rest.
I haven't seen that show.
To be honest, actually 2 through 4. One's a little weak, but yeah.
All right, we are going to be talking about Iron Gold, but we're not going to be spoiling things, so all spoilers, everyone, shh. Today we're here at Book Soup, and I distinctly remember 2 years ago you lying about the fact that you were going to continue on this series.
What do you mean? What did I say?
Because we were sitting right there, and I asked you, I'm like, are you going to do something more in the world? And you're like, I don't know, maybe.
It was a white lie. That wasn't really a lie. That was more of a misdirection.
Okay.
Yeah,
fine.
But the story hadn't evolved yet in my head. Okay. And then I had to let, I think, the ending sink in and realize that there was a lot of unanswered questions. If you're like me, sometimes you wonder what happens happily ever after in a movie or in a book. And what I want to do is explore that, because Red Rising is about the shades of gray. And if it just ended on a complete victory, it seemed a little bit antithetical to what the books were about.
Okay. When did you know that you wanted to continue it? Like, was it after you finished Morning Star, or did you have like conversation with your editor?
I had my suspicions, I guess, for a while, but then I think it galvanized mostly when I was talking with my editor, Mike Braff.
Okay.
Usually over whiskey and meat.
Whiskey and meat?
I mean, yeah, he has a lot of allergies, so he basically just eats red meat.
Okay.
Sorry, Mike, I outed you. But I'm like, hey, let's go get sushi. I say it every time, and he says, I would do that, but I'm deathly allergic, so.
Oh, that's sad.
No sushi to Mike.
Oh, sorry, Mike. So I would be lying if I said I didn't want to see something else outside of the world. Do you have any other, thoughts or any other projects that you want to do, like books?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm writing some outlines for ones right now.
Really?
I think my soul always lies with fantasy. Science fiction I love a lot, and I loved Star Wars and Star Trek and Hyperion and Dune growing up, but fantasy books like Harry Potter have always kind of sung for me. What I'm planning on doing is a fantasy series after this one.
So we have 4 point of views in Iron Gold. What obstacles did those bring, like writing outside of a young male point of view?
Actually, the easiest character to write was the young female in it, Lyria, who was a 16-year-old girl, and I found her to be the easiest because her voice was so different from my own internal voice.
Okay.
That dissonance between us made her seem so obvious, whereas the other 3 viewpoints are men. I found that my male voice sometimes sounded too much alike, so I had to really take time apart from them and really understand who they were before diving back into it. But Lyria, I really didn't edit her voice very much afterwards. I found her really nice. Yeah, so maybe there's a 16-year-old girl on the side just screaming to get out.
I was gonna ask you, like, would you ever consider writing like a full book in a female perspective?
Sure. Yeah, it's all about the story and if it sings to me. Whether I'm writing for TV, film, or books, each story has its own medium, each story has its own voice. It was just pure coincidence that Darrow happened to be a young guy. I mean, it easily could have been Eo's story as well.
That would have been interesting.
But I was inspired by Antigone, and I wanted to see the type of man Antigone would leave behind. Antigone was a Greek woman who died for her beliefs, and I wanted to see what kind of man she would be in love with.
Okay.
And so that's how that kind of came to be.
We're calling it the Red Rising Saga, right? It's not like the
Saga.
series.
Yeah, well, Saga leaves room for more.
You're right. So, and we have the second one coming out. What is it called? Dark Age.
Dark Age.
That's coming out this year, right?
Yes, it should be. We'll see.
We'll see.
That's the tentative date. Yeah, we'll see if I can get the work done.
Because I saw fall 2018. It would
be really fun to be able to get both of them out this year, but it comes down to producing the best book possible. And it took 2 years for Iron Gold. It won't take as long for Dark Age. So we're being optimistic and thinking I can get it done.
Why did it take 2 years? When you wrote Morning Star, you were kind of having like conflicts with, what the fans wanted. It became harder to write the third one. What happened with Iron Gold? Like, what changed?
Mostly the difficulty of writing 4 POVs. The story's much larger.
Okay.
There's 200 more pages in this one than there are in the others.
Yeah, it's really long.
It's pretty long. There's more characters, more technical details. I mean, and to be honest, it's a much more mature book. It's more based on how I've grown as an author.
Yeah,
stories
it's
I want to tell.
with you.
Yeah, it's aged with me, and so the protagonists have as well. I mean, Darrow started at 16 when I was 22 writing it. And then slowly he became 23 over the course at the end of Morning Star. And I was, I think, 27 or 26 when I stopped that. And now Darrow's 33, and I'm 29, so I'm about to catch him. So it's fun seeing Darrow's voice change, and he also reflects kind of my viewpoint in the world, where at first you start when you're younger with this kind of binary viewpoint of believing you have a concept of good and evil. And as you get older, maybe as you realize in your own lives, you start seeing the cracks in everything. You start seeing the moral ambiguities. And what this is an exploration of, Iron Gold is an exploration of those moral ambiguities, especially having to do with these archetypes. You know, what happens to the hero after the story's done.
What in your life has enhanced or hindered your writing process?
God, my dog has enhanced and hindered my
looking
writing
for that
process.
answer.
I mean, she's my angel, but she's a tyrant. She doesn't get her walk in, man. She just
Okay.
Her nickname is orangutan because she talks
She does
like
that.
that.
Yeah. She like
It's
screams.
crazy. It's crazy. And every time, and I live in LA, so there's always a siren going off. So she'll wake up in the middle of the night and she'll be like,
I have to say, because I have a husky.
Oh, you have a yeah.
And he's super vocal.
It's crazy. She's not a husky. She's yes big.
Where does that come from?
Well, evolutionarily, it's probably a bad idea for her to alert predators to where she is. The husky's he's cool. He can't be fucked with. Bleep. Io is 15 pounds. She's like a loaf of bread, you know, and she has no chance. So, I mean, the only chance you would have in the wild is if she befriended a husky and became like the mascot for the tribe. That's about it. Dogs help you procrastinate as well because you're like, oh, I can't figure out this story idea. I think I'm gonna go take my dog for a walk because I'm a good person.
And you can think about what's gonna happen with
But you don't.
story.
But you don't. But you don't. Instead, you worry about what's he eating over there. Ah.
So Io,
Yeah.
the catalyst of Red Rising,
Yeah.
is now hindering your writing
Yep. Oh,
process.
so my friends, my friends found my dog. Just for those of you who don't know, which is probably everyone. My friends found my dog. You know. My friends found my dog, or this dog, Io. She was about this big, looked like a tiny little fox, and they found her on Fountain Avenue here, just running back and forth between cars, about to be trampled down. My friend parked his car in the middle of the intersection and ran out, lured her in with a piece of turkey from Whole Foods. So she
And she came?
She came,
am I
and
so
and so
scared?
I went over to their house and they said they had a dog for me, and she kind of just melted in my hands, and I started like tearing up.
Were you looking for a dog?
No, I wasn't. My dog had just passed away the year before, and so I didn't want a new dog because it's still a raw wound. And then I held this little fluffy ball of amazing, and I started crying, and then she became mine,
Aw.
and she's mine now.
Yeah. Are you still a pantser, or you now become an outliner?
Mostly I wear shorts now.
Okay.
No, I am still a pantser to a degree, but I've had to become an outliner. So I was a pantser for Iron Gold.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Completely seated the pants, and then I outlined Dark Age. So
Okay.
Dark Age was completely outlined when I started it, which is so refreshing. I admonish myself, you know,
Your younger self.
my younger self, from not outlining. Although it seemed to work out for the first 3 books, but as it gets more complicated, as you have 4 POVs whose stories are interweaving, you really have to concentrate on the outlines to see where your tension points are, your climaxes. Otherwise, you're gonna have a really uneven book. So I've really had to learn that skill. Now I am a reluctant planner.
But
It's
you know,
tragic. Thus
it's
dies
a good
the
thing,
dreams
though.
of youth. It's a good thing.
One of my favorite things about Red Rising is the character Severo.
Yeah.
I am constantly amazed every time I read something that comes out of his mouth. I'm like, where does that come from? Hold on. I have an example if none of y'all have heard this. So I outlined this in my Morning Star.
Well, out of context,
Review.
it seems a little insane.
No, shush.
Okay.
Okay, how about you tell your bitch of a brother to honor his bloody damn agreement before I take that rifle and shove it so far up your fart hole you look like a shiny pixie shish kebab. That's what this man wrote.
You know, I have dark days.
Where does it come from? How do you come up with that stuff?
Oppressed youth, I don't know.
Was there someone who said that to you?
No one ever said that to me. My mom would not let me use swear words as a kid.
Okay.
Because she said it was a sign of a depleted vocabulary. And so then I created...
I've heard this.
So I created
It's okay.
compound
Keep
swear
telling
words.
them.
Yeah, I started creating compound swear words like fart hole or rat shit or, stuff like that. And other things I can't say because you'll bleep me. And, I just discovered this. And my mom thought it was so hilarious, she grounded me. So it probably comes from
So
that.
you're trying to be like a smart ass.
Yeah, and I think that it just comes from that inner mongoloid 12-year-old inside me.
Mongoloid.
Which is what Severo essentially is a mongoloid human,
You have such dedicated readers.
Yeah.
Like a huge fan base
Yeah.
for the books. And it just keeps growing and growing and growing. What have they taught you about writing?
God, to be humble about it. I mean, it's amazing because, the only thing you want, at least what I want as being a writer, is to make a world that I create feel real because it's a world that exists in my head. And so what I'm essentially doing when I write is trying to take people on trips with me.
Okay.
You know, I'm trying to say let's go to this adventure park together. And so it's amazing having such a dedicated readership that wants to go on that adventure, that visualizes things more real than I can.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when you create something, it seems a little more fictional to you than it does per se to someone reading it. I mean, I'd wager that J.K. Rowling feels like Harry Potter isn't as real as it does. It doesn't feel as real to her as it does to a 9-year-old kid in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And I think that's the magic, is seeing how real something that just came out of your head can become. And so it's taught me basically not to take that for granted.
All right, so Iron Gold is out on shelves. I'll have it linked down below if you guys want to pre-order it. I don't know when this video is coming out, so it might already be out.
Yeah,
so
but
go buy it.
If it is already out, go buy it.
Yeah.
And the others, if you haven't read them yet, because they're fun.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, right?
Oh my gosh, I've had so much fun. They're
Come on an adventure with us.
They're some of my favorite books. Honestly, I wouldn't keep doing videos with Pierce if I didn't love his books. He's kind of a lot.
Yeah, I'm a lot. I don't know.
Well, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, Pierce, for filming this
my
video.
pleasure.
We're about to go play a game.
We are.
We might get hurt, but it's gonna be fun.
I didn't sign any contracts.
No.
Did I? Okay.
No.
Well, should be fun.
Thank you all so much for watching. I'm Natasha. This is Pierce Brown. I'll see you all in the future. Keep calm and fangirl on.
Fangirl on.
Bye. You should say fanboy on.
No.
No? You gonna keep with my brand?
Yeah, I have an inner 16-year-old fangirl inside me. You guys have gotten so professional these days.
Well, at the first time we went to a set.
I know, that would
This
the
is
YouTube
now.
thing.
This is on the road.
I'm kind of glad we didn't drive all the way down there today.
Yeah, me too.
That would have been...
Hold this so I
Okay.
can hold my phone. Okay, are we ready?
I'll put that down. All right.
Don't hit this.
Sure, I won't.
Okay. Oh yeah.
What does that do?
Help you sink it. Sink it. Yeah.
Cool. All these little things I didn't know.
Okay, let me just.
They'll probably end up in the thumbnail being like